What's up, G.I. Joe fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, we didn't forget about you. All our G.I. Joe fans and enthusiasts out there, we're back. Bigger and better, guys, with more G.I. Joe action figures coming your way. All the way from 2000. We have for you today our offering, the G.I. Joe Honor Guard. This was a set that I picked up from, of all places, not Toys R Us or Walmart or Target. We picked them up from Ames. Super cool figure. I had been tracking, let's bring this guy down a little bit. I had been tracking this particular G.I. Joe through my G.I. Joe Collectors Club booklet, and couldn't wait for him to come out. The Honor Guard is as we know, is a awesome responsibility that's bestowed upon a select few soldiers to protect the ceremonial resting place of the unknown soldier. And it's just a super cool G.I. Joe that Hasbro decided to produce, and I'm glad they did. Just a beautiful figure. You see our Honor Guard is in all of his dress uniform. This was not a cheap or cheaply made set by any stretch of the imagination. It was beautifully made. A lot of thought process went into this, the making of this particular figure by the brass at Hasbro. They wanted this to be a very special G.I. Joe, and it really turned out to be just a very sought after and desirable G.I. Joe figure. Even in today's standards of collecting, this is a very sought after G.I. Joe. This figure was, for all that being said, this figure to me was still under the radar though. It came and went. Like I said, I purchased mine at Ames, and I didn't see it at Toys R Us. Not the Toys R Us that I generally shopped at. And just a mystery, if you will, for such a sought after figure. But guys, this is what we talked about with some of these G.I. Joe figures and a lot of different action figures that don't get a ton of publicity, that kind of gets right underneath the radar. That's where your rare and sought after and hard to find labels get placed on some of these figures. The production runs were pretty low. Regionally, they might have not sold a lot in certain regions of the country. So a lot of that factors in. This is just a beautiful artwork of the Honor Guard. And let's see what this is. Here rests in honored glory an American soldier known but to God. The box itself, it's absolutely breathtaking. And they use a lot of the old pop-up type style artwork, as you can see inside, where the cardboard artwork has been cut in a way where it's three-dimensional inside of the box. And I like this once again, guys. You know how I feel about the rubber bands. Everything was encased here in plastic. As you got his knife here, shades, There's the dog tag. Beautiful rifle. Like I said, we can't say enough about the uniform. Look, the hand sculpt here is designed to hold this gun, this rifle, a certain way. Let's bring him over here a little bit, guys. Guys, what do you think of our G.I. Joe Honor Guard? Do you have this guy? Are you looking for this guy? I would always tell you to check Cotswold Collectibles first and foremost. Their prices are very fair. They themselves are collectors, so they definitely walk in our shoes as collectors. And they only, if it's not C7 or higher, they simply won't put it out. They value their customers, and I've been shopping with these guys, doing business with these guys for well over 15 years. eBay's another one though. You can try to get this guy off eBay. I would say do the buy it now type routine. I wouldn't try to bid on this guy. You can get into bidding wars and overpay for overpriced products. So, but eBay is another one because you can really get a chance to look at the product, the description, look at tons of photos. If a seller has a figure, make sure he has a lot of photos and angles. This is a C10 museum example. We'll turn the box around for you. This box does not have good balance to it, so I'm going to have to probably hold it. We'll get you a blown out shot there of the box. Honor Guard, a tradition of valor. And here's the backstory on the unknown soldier and what the Honor Guard's duty is. So if you want, you can pause the video if you want to read that. It has tons and tons and tons of information on the Honor Guard. Let's get you a year here. Yeah, it's 2000. Up top, we'll turn this back around. Up top it has the, I'll bring it down for you. There's his equipment list. This was just a cool figure, G.I. Joe, that I absolutely, positively had to have. I needed to add this guy to my G.I. Joe collection. I'll get you some close-ups here. He's got the spit shine shoes, shoes I should say. Try to get you down in there, you can see it. No, it's too much glare. Guys, we apologize for the glare. It's got the new recruit head sculpt that came out for that time period, around that time period. So you can see, you can look at this, he's got his patches and stuff on his shoulder. A lot of time and effort went into really putting this beautiful G.I. Joe together. This particular G.I. Joe stays in our main collection room here at the museum. He's never been outside of our collection room. You're talking about an 18-year-old figure, G.I. Joe. That's factory sealed, nearly C10 condition. This was definitely, like I said earlier in the video, this was a G.I. Joe that was simply on a lot of G.I. Joe collectors' wish lists, primarily for what the G.I. Joe itself stood for and represented. And then on top of that, the attention to detail and the way this G.I. Joe was manufactured and produced. Guys, we would love to hear your thoughts and opinions and comments. Leave a comment in the comment section right underneath this video. And we'll get the chatter started about the G.I. Joe Honor Guard. Especially if you have this guy. We got more G.I. Joes on the way. We didn't forget about our G.I. Joe collectors and fans and enthusiasts. So we have tons and tons and tons of more G.I. Joe videos coming out for your viewing pleasure. And you can visit our G.I. Joe Honor Guard here at the museum. He'll be on this display for your viewing pleasure. I love they even got the grain of the wood to this rifle down to just a perfect blend there. Beautifully done. Guys, we'd like to thank you for hanging out with us today in our museum, spending some time with our guest of honor here, the G.I. Joe Honor Guard. You know the routine, guys. God bless. And keep collecting.